So this one has been requested for me to talk about a little bit. It is the age-old question, or age-old, about as old as computers have been around, or esports rather, are esports sports? Now, I don't have, I guess, a ton of unique perspective to give here. I've been playing League for about 4 or 5 years, and I have played traditional sports. I played traditional sports all throughout high school. I still play quite a bit of tennis and football and things like that when I can. So all I have to say about this whole debate of are esports sports, do they count, do they deserve to be included in that moniker, is at this point it's so completely up to whoever's interpreting it, because we have coined the term esports, and I don't think that's going away ever. So we can continue to call it esports as much as we want, and nobody's really going to refute that esports are, in fact, esports. But when you dive a little deeper into whether esports should be considered alongside traditional sports, again, I think it's completely personal. It depends on every individual person's definition of what a sport is. So some people, I personally don't quite have this belief, but a lot of people think that sport inherently means physicality in a much larger physical aspect. They think that sport is synonymous with a feat of physical strength or agility or anything else. And personally, I don't quite have that belief, but anybody who does have that belief is likely not going to want to consider esports in the same vein as traditional sports. I personally do. I think that sport can either be physical or skill-based, and I think that esports have a place in the skill-based category, right alongside anything else that would require much more skill than physical acumen. So let's say, I don't know, curling or billiards or something like that. I was about to say pool, billiards or something like that. So again, it all comes down to each individual person's definition on sport and whether they think it implies physicality only, or whether it can be applied to both physical sports and skill-based activities as well, such as esports, such as some of the lower physical acumen sports that are still around today. My personal view on it is I think we can consider esports a subset of sport. So you can think about it like a combat sport, or a stick and ball sport, or a ball sport, or a water sport. I don't see any reason why e-sport shouldn't be able to be included in that sort of classification, because all of those fall under the sport umbrella, and I don't really see a reason why e-sport shouldn't be in that same vein. But again, that's just my personal opinion because of my own internal definition of what a sport is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm actually really interested, and maybe later on I'll put forward a more concise argumentative video as to why it is or why it isn't. But for right now, I just kind of wanted to address that question in general and how it's been completely beat to death. That question's been talked about so much, and I just don't feel like I have a whole lot of new perspective to give. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow.